What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. And folks, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I did, and I'll probably have to walk to Nebraska just to finish burning off all the calories I ate. But nonetheless, it was well worth it, right? All right, folks, got a good one for you. This one here just gets wilder by the minute. And the reason for that is when I first looked at this photo, it blew me away. Because one, again, I always say this, things are not always as they seem. Let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so this is space.com. You can see here at the top of the page. And it says right here, Perseverance Mars rover to climb crater rim next spring in bonus mission. It's quite remarkable, actually, that there's a route that we can drive up with the rover. Now, I'll show you the photo, which is down right here. And you can see right here, it says the same thing it did at the top. It's quite remarkable, actually, that there's a route that we can drive up with the rover, said Farley, adding that Perseverance will roll 2.4 miles, 4 kilometers, from its current location to reach the start of its egress path. That will allow us access to rocks that are much, much older. I don't know how they determine that or how they know that until they get up there and test it. But now this photo here, I wanted to make sure this wasn't some kind of artist rendition, right? You can see right here the little caption. It says the image of Jezero crater captured by NASA's Perseverance rover shows the potential route, yellow line. You can see it going across. It kind of goes from right to left up the hill, right? That the robot may take to the crater's rim. Okay, and of course the image credit goes to NASA, JPL, and Caltech. And I'll let you folks read that. So this is what we're looking at. What I thought was interesting is that while I'm looking at this from right to left, okay, I get that. But as you look at it, folks, it looks like it's got some pretty sharp edges and stuff. I'm saying, how's this thing going to make it up there? But I noticed some shapes in here. So what we want to do, actually you can see some right here. I'll put it right here in the middle of the screen. Very faint. Now, let's just dive right into Photoshop and show you this better. Okay, so this is the original. Now, what I wanted to do was go into this photo. Now, we're going to clear it up a little bit. Sharpen it just a hair bit. Now, let me show you some of the things that caught my eye. This was really wild. Now, we have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items. Okay, let's go right to the left-hand side. I want to show you this. This is cool. Folks, this part alone screams intelligently made. It's not a rock. Zoom right into this. Put it right in the middle of the screen. Well, let's not go that close. Right here, this first circle. Look at the shape of this item. Now, I'm going to blur it up just in case you guys are on some kind of super really HD monitor where it just looks grainy, and we don't want to do that. Let me show you this real quick. This goes like this. Now, folks, we're going to do freehand, so, and make it a little sloppy. But anyway, see, it comes up nice and smooth right here. It comes around, goes around this smooth corner. It's not very smooth there, but you get the idea. And then it has what it looks like a darkened oval area. You see that? Again, non-sharpened, sharpened. Check that out. You got this shape right there. Folks, this is wild. This piece right here comes up like this, goes like this. It looks like there's something like surrounding it, or it's kind of housed in and set back in. It looks like we have these two white objects right here. And if you look really carefully, you can see what looks like darkened circles on both of them. Okay? This piece up here. You tilt your head to the right, it looks like a dinosaur head. But now let me show you something. That's the original raw. As you can see, it's really blurry. So we want to sharpen that up a little bit. This item here at the top of the hill, this is pretty cool. Right there. Okay. This piece, not even sure what to make of this. Right there. I mean, just weird shaped stuff. Now, I'm not saying rocks couldn't look like this. Don't get me wrong. But looking at the other stuff on the hill, I don't believe that it is. You got something right here. You can see this. I didn't even circle this because I just noticed it now. And I'm going to be honest with you. Right here. Make it blurry. Yeah. And this other item, way to the right, right here. That doesn't look natural. So what we wanted to do, let's change the color of this and put a little contrast in and see what happens. Again, we want to bring out anything that's a darker detail. We want to try to bring that out. This area right here. That's pretty wild. And you're going to see this a lot better. Here, folks, we had an object right here. This looks like it's doing this here. small circle, and something else that made it up to. It's going down like this and has a slot in it. There's so many things in here, folks, but I'm just going to show you some quick stuff here. This item right here. This is wild because it looks like it's doing this. Goes like this here. Stop for a nice sharp corner. Goes like that there. Looks to have these elongated shadow areas or darkened areas. Almost like openings. Okay. Something way up here. This is wild. And you're going to see this a whole lot better. This gets really wild. This right here is manipulation. All right, so let's just start enhancing this, folks. Here, right off the bat, we have these items. Now, look at this area again. You can see this. We're going to go back and forth with it. The lines are actually there. I want you to pay real good attention to this. We have lines doing this. Now, again, this is freehand, so forgive me. Coming down, going like this. Okay, we have what looks like some kind of weird cross member coming up, going across, and then back down. See how thick it is right here, going down, coming down here. And we have another piece coming down. And then we have this white area right here. I'm not sure what to even make of this, but you can see that. Back and forth. The lines are there. These right here. Let's bring it out more and more. Now, folks, this is where it gets really bizarre. Again, what is going on in this mountain? This so-called mountain. We have something doing this. Well, it looks like it has this curvature. I'm not sure it's a complete arch type thing. Going up, going across. Looks like it comes down a little bit. Continues on. Something darker area right here. What are these here? This is what's really wild. Now, if you look at this piece right here, we can still see that. Right there. In fact, we'll put this in the middle right here. See that? This right here. What they did here was you can actually see very faintly there's a line going across. This is the reason why this bottom half doesn't look too noticeable in the original. You can just see it right here. In fact, let's do this. You can just see it right here. See it right here going like this, and then it kind of fades off. You can see it like this right here. Going across. This piece here. Notice how this is starting to get darker a little bit. Let's keep enhancing it. Now, folks, check this out. I'm going to back up. I'm going to go from left to right. And I want you to just look at some of the things that are in this photo, because it gets wild. Again, we're looking at this here. Goes up, comes back down, goes like this here. Just look at the little pieces in here. I don't know if you notice this right here at the top. I'm going to zoom into that. Check this out. Comes straight down, goes like this. There's something right here. It's like a square type thing. Has what, like a darker area. There's another one right next to it, doing pretty much the same thing. Not sure if that's round or more of a teardrop. Something right here. Almost doing the same thing, only opposite. Want to bring it out as much as we can. Let me show you the whole enhanced right here. Now, folks, come on. I'm looking at this, and it's mind-blowing that the amount of stuff in here that doesn't look natural. This centerpiece I was just saying earlier. Okay? Goes like this. You have these pieces coming down like this. Looks like a 90. Notice how they have this line going right across. Now, of course, we can't go by these. This is the actual yellow line they were talking about. It's kind of broken right here. But anyway, there's this round piece right here. And coming down. Right there. Notice how we have this whiter area now with this mess on top. I'm not even sure what that is. Move along. Just the shapes again, folks. Don't think of it as a mountain. Just look at these weird shapes here at the top. These other weird shapes right here. Check that out, folks. That is just crazy to me. When you look at the stuff that's in here, okay? I'm going to go back and forth on this, and you can see that these lines are in fact in there. Just going to pop them out. That's all we're going to do. Do our best to get them to pop. Okay. Again, this thing right here, not even sure what the heck to make of that. And again, back and forth. Other pieces hiding up here. You can see up here. Just weird stuff, folks. Just crazy stuff. You got lines that run perpendicular. You got straight lines, parallel lines. You got all kinds of crazy stuff in here. To me, that's not natural. So, bring these out better. Notice this piece right here. It looks like some kind of piping. Looks like it has a nice smooth 90-degree angle. And of course, you got the end of the pipe right here. Not very round, but you get the idea. More here. Now, I'm going to go just briefly over this. And then I'm going to show you something really wild. I was looking at this photo again. Checking out some pretty interesting things. And of course, you folks have been with me long enough. All you got to do is pause it anywhere to have a better look at any of this. Okay? Okay, this is where it gets wild. When I first saw this, I was looking at this white line right here. Okay? And then you can see it right here. It's actually got a little bit of gray, but it looks like they try to cover something up. I'll tell you what caught my eye. This right here. 1, 2. They have openings at the end of this thing. What could it possibly be? We have lines going like this. At least that one there, I'm not sure of that one, but you can see another line going like this. So as I started to go, and I'm going to show you this, as I started to burn this, I'm going to do this for you folks right now. I'm just going to go over this. We're not going to do anything special to it. Just going to go over it. Again, there's a bunch of manipulation on this. And we're not going to, like I said, we're not drawing anything in, folks. We're just going over this real quick. That's all we're doing. Now, you folks seeing what I'm starting to see. First of all, we have to look at this here. Right here, there's just a little sliver of clarity right here. And a little bit right here, I believe. Okay. What you have is an overlay at the top of this. It's blurry. So you're not going to have any sharp, this is the reason why I try to sharpen it early. You're not going to have any really sharp details, but you don't need to. So if I want to just get into small areas, I'm just going to go do this. I see something that looks like it's kind of dark right here. Let's go ahead and just burn it out. And then this dark is going to pop out. Okay? So I'm looking at this and going, what is going on? This is crazy. Let me show you what this thing looks like. Folks, check this out. Now, you and I would say right off the bat, to me, it looks like a train. Watch this. Notice how we have what looks like these fuzzy areas. See this? It's more dense in other areas that they tried to hide. What they're doing is they're letting you see some of it, but not all of it. Along with this fuzziness we see here, because this is just manipulation, all we do is burn through it. So we had that other dark area that was in here, went over with the dodge tool, and it brought out what was really there, which is underneath that was a lighter detail to it. So this thing appears to be a roof. Let's desaturate. Now, folks, look at this. To me, this, again, in my opinion, it looks like a train. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it looks that way. It's something we notice on our world. It looks like a train. Is it possible it's a regular structure and it just looks a lot like what we have here? Very good possibility. And I've always said this, we can't vet any of this, so we don't know, right? Okay, so let's just back up a little bit. Now it sounds a little bit better when we say, okay, is it possible it's some kind of transportation device? It could very well be something similar to our trains we have here. Also, look at these lines here. Actually, looks like it goes up like this and then over to here. So these are running pretty much the same direction as this item here is. Okay? Pretty crazy. Now, if we were to back up and look at this, it kind of makes sense if that's some kind of transportation device right next to what I believe to be structures, or one large structure that's been either A, blown to pieces, or the way they make it look, that there's a bunch of other things here that are maybe properly put on the ground, meaning they're not exploded, blown up, or any of that sort, but because of the manipulation in between everything, it makes it look like a mess. Is that what it really is? I don't know. But I'm going to go from left to right, and we can have a look. I see parts. I see what looks like framework. I see wild stuff in here that should not be on another planet that supposedly didn't even have maybe even microbial life. Although we're past that now. They know there was microbial life on this planet. And of course, they knew this back in the 70s. Of course, there was an argument with that. We already know that. There was a bunch of crap about that where the scientists were fighting back and forth about it. We'll put the color back in. And then this piece here. In fact, let's go back in for just a second. Let me backstep. Check this out. Notice the weird colors in this. And I've always said that this is the density of the manipulation. This is the reason why you don't see it so much on other areas. Then you see purples and pinks, and then you just see sometimes just a little red, maybe slightly red. But you see all of this fuzziness. Again, that's the manipulation and how much they try to put on it. To me, that's the density of the manipulation. And it's not too far-fetched. If this is a structure, is it possible that that's transportation? I absolutely believe it is, in my opinion. Let's make it a little bit darker and a little brighter in the whiter spots, like this here. Check that out. And one last time, go right across. Again, folks, my opinion, not a hill. And I've said this before. This is nothing more than a recon mission. That's all this is. They're literally seeing what's on this planet, what's going on with it, what happened to it, maybe getting the technology off of it, whatever it may be. But I strongly believe what we're looking at is a civilization in ruins, and they're just up there to pick through it. That's all. I'm going to give you the full picture right here. There you go. Folks, again, my opinion, my strong opinion about this, we're looking at devastated part of Mars, where Perseverance is right now going through these hillsides, going towards the crater, right? Or crater rim. To me, and I've said this before, there's no way that this stuff is natural. Just no way. And like I said, they had that line going up across this hill from bottom right, going up halfway up and going towards, making its way towards the top. It's too much rugged area for that thing to be going through. So that's what caught my eye to begin with. And after just adding some contrast to it, started to see more details in there that clearly doesn't look natural. This is the reason why I decided to do this photo. And the last part, what really blew my mind, which looks like some kind of weird train to me, and you folks would agree with that. Now, is it possible it's just a structure, a bunch of structures lined up over there? That's a possibility too. But again, the question is, why is it on Mars? Why is any of that on Mars? Because we already know, and I've been doing this for years, folks, we already know that this planet not only had microbial life, had macro, and much, much more. Had what we have, maybe they had it years, maybe hundreds of years ago, maybe even thousands of years ago, and they are where they were at thousands of years ago, where we're at now, okay? Who knows? Maybe they had a lot better technology. We don't know. So as always, folks, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'm always curious to see what your views are, and I love to hear what you got to say. Please like and share the video. It's always appreciated. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. It's always appreciated, and it helps the channel's algorithm. And folks, wait till you see the new videos coming out. These are even more wild. Stay tuned. Anyway, thanks for watching again. Always appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.